I don't know about all of you, but I personally have been craving a little bit of some of the older style makeup YouTube kind of videos lately, and have recently been like rewatching some YouTube videos from that time period, and I've just found it really honestly fun just to kind of go back, especially in a time period that for myself I really found my love for makeup. And I thought what would be fun to do today is to do a favorites video. I'm just going to kind of talk through a couple of my current favorite things that I am loving in my collection. Some of them are kind of new, some of them I've been using for quite a while, so I thought it would just be fun to talk through those things, kind of again have that vibe. And I would absolutely love it if you share down below what some favorite things are in your collection. I'm always down to try out some new stuff, things that you recommend, so please let me know. Let's go ahead and jump on in. If it's your first time to my channel, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. I am obsessed with all things fun, spooky, colorful, bright, alternative. Like, if that is your vibe, you are on the right place. Also, I feel like I always don't really talk about this, but I am also part of like LGBT community. I'm sure you could tell by that. I am trans as well, use she her pronouns, so if that is also what you're looking for, then welcome to this community. I absolutely love to have you here. Let's go ahead and get started. And then I totally forgot to say, but we're gonna throw it in, some of these are going to be more themed towards summer, because at least where I am, it is freaking hot. Like right now, it is 90 degrees. I think it's probably even hotter, but like in my apartment, it is 90 degrees. So it is hot, hot, hot. So I'm just going to show you certain products that I personally have been loving. As a makeup lover, I don't really, like, I love makeup. It is so hard for me to not wear my makeup. So I kind of just have found things to work around, if that makes sense, and still be able to do something that I totally love. As you see today, I have a full face of makeup on. This is how I go out in the world. I pretty much stay indoors, to be completely honest. I'm not a big summer person, so I kind of keep indoors normally, but even right now, like, it is so hot. Like, I have an AC on, all of that. It is just toasty, toasty, toasty. And yeah, I'm just going to show you the things that I'm loving that help to keep my makeup on. Starting out, we know that hydration is really important, but for myself during the summer, I don't want to put anything hydrating on my skin. I feel gross, and if I'm putting anything hydrating on, it needs to absorb quickly. Now, this is just what I do for myself. This is, I'm sure, not, don't take this as like clear advice. I think kind of do whatever works for you, and that is what I'm doing for myself. So I personally have found using a lightweight product. So what I've been loving a lot is the Thayer's Hydrating Milky Toner. Really just any kind of serum moisturizing type product. I really have been enjoying anything very lightweight. I think I have like an aloe moisturizing kind of lotion thing that I've used in the past, very like gel-like. And just something, again, very lightweight that's going to give a little bit of moisture, a little bit of hydration to the skin, but it's not going to feel gross. If anything, that usually will be part of my nighttime routine. I still pretty much go pretty lightweight with that, just because I don't really want to feel disgusting and kind of gross. It is important to me to not feel that way, or else I'm just gonna find myself like rubbing my skin and whatever. So yeah, first up favorite is going to be this product specifically, but like I said, any hydrating kind of serum. I've tried one from Bubble. I do have a past video, I believe, talking about it, so check that out if you do want to see. I'll try to like remember to link it. But that as well is something I've been loving. But really, just like I said, anything lightweight that feels hydrating is just going to be perfect, in my opinion, for this time of year. Product number 2. So this is, and again, I have talked about this before. You will probably notice that a lot of my stuff I have talked about before. And in a way, I kind of like favorites videos to be that way. Like, I don't really feel like they should be something new every single time. Granted, I don't want to become like too repetitive. Like, I don't think I'm going to do this all the time, because then, hello, you probably heard it. But just to kind of reintroduce you to some stuff. This one I had heard from Robert Welsh, and it is a way to help keep makeup on your nose. So for me, mine has been to use the MAC Paint Pot. I currently have mine in the shade Painterly. Unfortunately, I do not know of any like more drugstore affordable products that there is like a dupe for. Let me know if you've heard of anything, because I would love to try. I only use this specifically on my nose. I use it on my nose, and then I'll use a little bit here on the sides. I love this product so much. It has really great coverage, really great stain power. Mainly for me, I really used to have such a hard issue with getting foundation to stick to my nose. Now, I will say it in a second, we will talk through my current foundation. It might also be my foundation that is helping, because I've used other foundations and it doesn't always work as great with this trick. So I'm not fully sure, but I love this product. I have been using it for so long. And like I said, I really honestly have been enjoying it. It is pretty expensive. I think it's around $30, I believe. But I've had it for like several months and I use it every single day. So it feels like a good investment for me, especially because it is something that I use all the time and really does help me. Like I said, if you have any ideas, anything drugstore. I know Maybelline used to have one, a paint pot kind of vibe, but they discontinued it, unfortunately, because paint pots just aren't popular, I don't think, anymore. But yeah, if you have any ideas, please let me know, because I would absolutely love to give those a try. So next, jumping in to my foundation, and it is so funny, I feel like I might have talked about this product a while ago, but I'm not 100% sure. At one point I was doing like new makeup releases. I just don't know if that's fully my vibe, so I kind of stopped. But I think I had roasted this product, as did a lot of people, which is the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation. This is the Lumi Matte, and I found this thing actually recently, which is hilarious. Love little colorblind moments. I originally thought this cap was white, and I recently realized yesterday that she is purple. Love that. So that is the purple capped one, a lavendery purpley pink shade. So I originally had roasted this product. I was like, how the heck can something be Lumi and matte? I'm not gonna like that. I only want matte. I've never really subscribed to this whole luminous thing that everybody really loves. I'm so happy. Love what you love, do what you do. But for me, I want my makeup to last. I don't want to feel greasy. I don't want to look in the mirror and feel shiny. A little bit of glow, which I'm happy, or which is nice that this gives. I feel like it makes the skin look a little more natural. I'm okay with. I don't fully love it, but I am okay with. But I have grown to love this foundation so much. For one, it wears incredibly well, in my opinion. I wear it every single day to work. I have been working, basically I work full time, where I am, you know, busy kind of moving around, and it lasts so freaking well. Literally love this product. It is a drugstore foundation. Unfortunately, I'm in between shades right now because I'm a dork and keep buying the wrong shade. Once I run out, though, I'm hoping to pick up the correct shade and only have to buy one. I do believe it is like $13, $14. I don't fully remember, so a little bit higher than I would like, but as in terms of other foundations nowadays, you know, cheaper, under $20. So I really do appreciate that. And for myself, this baby builds up the full coverage. You can definitely share it out if you don't want a full coverage. If you've never seen me get ready with me, I have pretty red skin. I'm trying to like work on my skin, but I have pretty red skin, so I kind of just like full face. I mean, even regardless, I just have always kind of liked a full face of foundation, and I really like how this one just builds really well and sits on the skin really freaking well. Love it. Just love it so much. Next up is a favorite that I have actually probably been talking about longer than I have talked about any favorites on my channel ever, and you're gonna be able to see that I do love this baby, especially the blush. It is a blush. If you can guess away, but it is the Revolution Color Icon Blush. Aura Points is the current shade that I have. It's the only shade that I have. I don't know if this still exists. I know that I think Morphe has a very like similar concept. I still think this one is a bit more affordable. And person is person. I don't know how I feel about Morphe, but, you know, so I might currently stay away if I were to ever try more shades. I know Revolution also has its issues, so that's kind of a difficult one. regardless, the product itself, I think if other brands have a very similar kind of idea to this, I would totally jump on it. I know that High End as well has it. The biggest thing that I really love about this is that it gives you kind of everything that you would need. So it gives you a cream, has a cover, which is amazing, it has your powder, and then I love that it has a highlighter. This blush for myself and my skin tone works with pretty much every single look that I want to do. If I can't figure out a blush, generally I'm just going to pull for this one. And then what I love about this highlighter, in my opinion, is that it's sparkly, but it's probably not going to show up, I apologize, but it's pretty, and I like that. So in those days you want to go a bit more natural kind of vibes, to me, I like that it still has a pretty nice highlighter. If I want to throw something on quickly that blends in really easily, I'm jumping for this. And like I said, you also do have that cream option if you want to use that. I'm more likely to use a cream blush during like colder months. You can of course use this during the summertime if you want to. For me, I don't feel like it sets. It's like a more traditional kind of cream powder, so like or a cream blush. So I don't feel like it sets. So I prefer something that is going to be more matte. So that's why I go for the powder. But of course, during the winter, as I just said, I'm just rambling now. Okay. But I do really like that. I'm loving kind of that vibe of a easy blush. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into some liquid lipsticks. I know, old school here, which I kind of love for me. And I wanna shout out my favorite brand of liquid lipsticks, which is going to be Black Moon Cosmetics. I own so many different shades from them. I just really love their formula. I feel like they are long lasting. They are a bit more, in my opinion, on the more high-end expensive side. They are $18 the last time I checked. They do sometimes have sales, but not always. My favorite black, which is I think this one, which is in the shade Sleepwalker, is from them. It is the blackest black that I personally have tried, and I have tried several liquid lipsticks. Love them so much. These are definitely matte, so matte liquid lipsticks. They do offer, though, some that do have some like shimmer or glitter to them, so I do kind of like that if you want to have a little bit of shine or glow to your look. But I do like that they do dry matte. I know that there are lip products on the market right now that are, I would consider kind of like a liquid lipstick, except they have a shiny look to them, which I'm all for. But anytime I've tried them before, I've tried one from Urban Decay, I've tried one from Maybelline, and one from Revlon. All three of them were incredibly sticky, and I do not like that. That's a big reason why I don't like lip gloss generally, is that I find it really sticky. I find it very uncomfortable. And for somebody who is aging, I am only 36, but I'm noticing that I have like some little lip wrinkles already. And lip gloss products for myself, especially if I use a darker shade, will bleed out into my lip lines, and I really don't like that. But the main reason, like if I loved it, I would still wear it, don't get me wrong, but the main reason is I find them incredibly uncomfortable, so that's why I don't like them. But I like that this has that full color, and like I said, you are able to get the more kind of shiny ones that can offer that shimmer. But also for my people like myself who are wanting something that's a bit more unusual, this is your brand. They have such unique, fun shades, and I love them. And like I said, they're so good. They're such a small indie brand. I don't hear a lot about them, to be honest, very often. And from them, what I have tried, just in case you are curious about Black Moon Cosmetics, their liquid lipsticks are my absolute favorite. They do have some blushes that I've never tried, and I think they have, I've never tried their bullet lipsticks either. I'm not a big bullet lipstick person, but they do have some of those. And then eyeshadow palettes, I have one from them. It's okay. I do have a short if you want to see. Not my favorite. I think their standout product is their liquid lipsticks. I am so incredibly happy, as a lot of brands have moved away from liquid lipsticks. I'm so thankful that they have kept them around. They had a collection a couple years back, which I did pick up, which was with Agatha All Along. I love that they came out with that little collection. So cute. It was like the sparkly lipsticks. Love so much. And yeah, they really just are one of my absolute favorite brands, or probably my top favorite brand for liquid lipsticks. I want so many more of their liquid lipsticks, but because they are $18, that to me feels a bit pricey, so I have to be specific about which I purchase, but they really have a lot of fun and unique shades. Up next, this is a definitely more drugstore option product, and this is going to be my mascaras. So I have been using the same mascaras predominantly for a very long time. I did at one point have the Ice Cream Beauty Box subscription, which I have talked about in past videos, so feel free to check those out if you are curious. I no longer use Ice Cream Beauty Box. I think that they just are not existing, so I don't know what the heck is going on with them, but anyways, I did have some mascaras from them that I was using. That's kind of what I was talking about. But my favorite mascaras for the longest time have been by Essence, which I'm sure a lot of us have heard about Essence. I actually hope we have, because I feel like a certain kind of people have gone away from talking about Essence, but their mascaras are my absolute favorite. And I have two favorites from them. So I have the Lash Princess. Both are going to be waterproof. I feel like I always like waterproof. It doesn't matter the season. Mainly why I say that is during winter, if I'm going from a hot car, like, your makeup is probably gonna melt if it's hot. Some people like it really freaking toasty and it will make my mascara melt. I have had it happen before from other brands, unfortunately. So I do really appreciate that these are both waterproof. So Essence the Lash Princess is gonna be more your traditional mascara wand. It has a very nice long wand. I usually will for both of these. I kind of do it for most, but I will scrape off the extra bits of mascara. I think that might just be common for a lot of people, but just in case you get this and you're like, there's too much product, that's just a thing that I tend to do. And then my second one is the I Heart Extreme Volume, also waterproof. And what I like about this one is that it is a more spiky, plasticky brush. Why I like that is that it really just depends. Today I ran this through my lashes, and then I use this just to define and kind of separate them. I don't always use both together, but when I want to, and I want like extra volume and just craziness, these are the ones I go for. And they are, like I said, extremely inexpensive. I think they're like $5. Maybe not extremely inexpensive, but as in terms of certain mascaras, they are definitely more inexpensive and my absolute top favorite. The biggest thing though, if I had to specifically say a con for Essence just in frickin' general, is they do not keep stickers or anything on their product. So when I purchased this, I have zero clue if anybody's used it, and I don't like that. Like, I usually try to grab from like the middle of the pack of mascaras that they have like on display, because it literally comes just as you see it. There's nothing, like, they have a sticker on here. They could put it here and they don't. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really understand that. It kind of bothers me. Like I said, it means that people could have used it, and I really don't like that because it's just not very hygienic. So I guess it's kind of a use at your own risk kind of vibe. I will also sometimes order it like online, so hopefully that means it's coming from some sort of a warehouse or like a back room or something, so that hopefully it's not been used by other people. Besides that though, sorry, got a little negative there, but they are both extremely great mascaras. Love them so much. And then the last two favorites that I'm going to talk about are going to be kind of odd, and I hope that you'll stick with me when I say odd. So, because they're not specific products, if that makes sense. So, where I'm more going to start off with is with this series, if you have not checked out my previous videos going through my eyeshadow collection, I'm on a journey going through my eyeshadow collection. I'm using every single palette in order in my collection, in my current collection. I also have like a separate collection of stuff that I just don't use anymore, but that is in my current collection. And I basically, why it's a favorite is I'm rediscovering these palettes and falling in love with them, and it really is just a lot of fun because as a makeup lover, when I film looks, I feel like I'm constantly like, for the longest time I was like, oh, what palette do I want to use? What palette do I want to use? I'm not sure. Oh, I've already used that recently. I don't want to use that. Like, it's kind of a lot of pressure, and it can be kind of difficult, if I'm honest, to decide like what you are going to use for the day. So I love this ease of picking something every single day. Like today's look is, can't find it, but today's look is the DD Signature Fearless Holiday Palette. Love this palette. It is a really stunning one. And what I like too is that you're using your palettes, or I'm using my palettes, not just for the time of year, like holiday. I'm using them all the time, and I love that. I'm creating a lot of fun looks. I also do a makeup bingo with the palette. So just like this, is this the color combination I might have originally reached for? No, I love most of it. The orange that I added is a little different, but I still like it, and it's fun. And I think that that's something I really enjoy about makeup, or just creativity in general, is adding different things into the look that are fun. So it's something that I'm really happy with doing this idea, and I highly encourage any of you that have your collection to do that. Even if you just have 1 or 2 palettes, doing a makeup bingo, even with multiple palettes, is so incredibly fun. When I'm actually finished with my current project, that is something I do want to do, is do a makeup bingo with multiple palettes. Just because I feel like it really gives us a way to, for one, use the stuff that we have in our collection, but it really does help with that creativity, because for myself, I'm always going to go for usually what I do. And I feel like as a creative, it really helps me to step outside of that and do something different. So I absolutely love that so much. Sticking with that and using up my collection, the part 2 kind of that, when I said I had 2, is something I did, and I did actually recently in a video where I used the Cosmic Beauty, I have it here, Cosmic Beauty Sinister palette, and the shimmer shades that I pulled for, I just wasn't working. I love this palette. I love Cosmic Beauty, but one thing I will say, and no like shame to them, but their shimmers to me, and I have not used them recently, like I've not used any of their recent palettes, but their shimmers are just usually they're okay, right? They usually have one special shade I feel like in the palette. They are also, I think, decently inexpensive last time I checked. Again, I'm sure that their shimmer formula has improved. I just haven't tried it, so I cannot speak to that. But the part that I'm loving to do is for myself, I have a ton of highlighters. I don't know if you can also relate to that, but I feel like I went through this period, I think maybe we all did at one point, where sparkly highlighters were everything. They were so fun, and if you have not got rid of them, also, sorry, I still love my sparkly highlighters, like I still love to use them, but for me, I don't tend to like to get rid of my stuff, but I find myself not reaching for some of these highlighters often, especially when I'm going to work and stuff, because I'm like, do I really want to take, all the time or whatever to make sure that it like blends out and looks really good? So what I have really been enjoying doing, and I did recently, is pull 2 highlighters that I have for that look that I filmed, which is already out. It is a short. For one, I pulled Gourmand Girls from their Trapped collection. This is the shade, I can't see, the shade Famished. And then I also pulled Blend Bunny. This is a collab with Alice. It is the Celestial Cheek Glaze, just this like hot pink shade. This shade is incredible, but I don't find myself reaching for it very often because it is so pink. But using it on the lid, like on my eyelid with my eyeshadow, was so much fun. It looked so pretty. I felt so pretty. And it is something that I really have just been loving. I think a lot of times if you're craving sparkle, which I think a lot of times we all are, and let's say you want to use already what you have, dipping into your highlighters is so much fun. Like that is literally just one of my absolute funnest things, and I just wanted to share that with you because I really have been enjoying doing that. All right, and that is the end of today's video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. It might possibly be a pretty short video, but I really did just enjoy talking through some of my current favorites. I would love to know what your thoughts are down below. I hope you're having a great day, and if it is hot as heck for you, I hope that you are staying cool. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Okay, bye.